Welcome friends to one more video session. I speak many videos only to help you to understand better what is happening around you, because we are in hibernation. We are all having very difficult times, at least now. Let us know, let us understand what good things are around us and what is really happening around us. Mostly what we fear more about is disease. Now we have this corona fear, unquenchable fear within everyone. But we must also remember that we already have many diseases, many type of diseases. Many diseases have morbid end. So that also we must know. Hereafter, hereafter at least we must know how to get out of all those things by taking a precaution. Now, everybody is talking about a precaution. Government warns against it. Now hereafter, you are going to be your own governor and you are going to warn yourself. So, in one of my other videos, I talked about the diabetes in a very exhaustive manner. And now, there are only very few diseases which are so much feared about. Infections. We always have medicines. For any type of infection, we go to hospital, we get it cleared. But there are some diseases like diabetes, which is happening inside us. When we are not aware of it, mostly many people die. We should not invite death. That is my main intention. Okay, now we are going to talk and we are going to listen about two other dreaded diseases. I am going to just outline what will happen to you and how it happens. This is not a complete study on this, but this is only a warning to at least now take some precautionary measures. One is related to heart. We have two categories: heart failure, heart attack. Okay, it does not happen suddenly or over a few minutes of time. It is set in already inside the body for a longer time. Mostly we neglect the symptoms. Only when we can see there is a temperature, then we know it is a disease. When we sneeze or when we have cold, any symptoms, immediately we go to a rush to a hospital or we try to take some kind of medicines. But these diseases, they quickly they cannot show any symptom, but definitely they are exhibiting some symptom. We don't heed to that. That is the problem. We have to be, every day we have to be alert. Hereafter, you at least spend 10 minutes to understand and listen to your body. We listen so many things, but we do not take everything to our intellect or mind. Even in God matter, we listen to so many messages. Why we go again and again? Because we never take anything into our mind. Just we satisfy our ears, or we still believe that being in that presence, we are edified or we are automatically doing something inside. It is not so. You have to consciously put things inside your mind, then only that will come to the surface again and can help you. Now, what the things are about heart? We know heart is a pump, it pumps the blood throughout, and the blood is traveling many kilometers inside our body, and throughout our life it is flowing again and again and again with very stipulated purposes. Actually, to give metaphorically, if you can say that, it is like you are going around many times around this earth. So the blood travels throughout your body. That is the first point. It takes nutrition to the body parts. It brings back all the unwanted waste materials to the cleansing organs and cleaning it. So inside your body there is always cleansing happens. The same way, the 10 minutes I told you, you spend that time to cleanse your mind. If you believe God, that may please your God. You cleanse your mind. What are all unnecessary thoughts we have towards our neighbors, our relatives, our friends. Any sin is a disturbance against the living of another person. Keep that in mind. So, when your body is cleaning its cells, its impurities every minute, you may not have time for every minute, but at least to spend 10 minutes to clean yourself. Next one, here I have to talk about it, prayer. Prayer is not listing all your preferences and requirements to the Creator. Praying is listening to the Creator. If you keep quiet for 10 minutes, that is called meditation. If you keep quiet for 10 minutes, you may get into your mind what are all things around you and who are all people around you to comfort your living in this world. Now it is time you think about all those persons who are working for you, wearing a mask in some hospitals, I am for medical staff, and those who cleaning staff. See, they protect you. At least now you pray for them. That is prayer. Now, coming back to heart once again, heart takes the nutrients, clears all the impurities. Now what happens? Heart has inherent pressure in all its blood vessels. As I told you in some other video, the pressure differs. That is why I believe in creation. In all other part, it is 120 by 80. In inside kidney, it is 180 by some other diastolic pressure. Inside lungs, it is 25 to 30. So, without there is a script, without there is a creator, these things are not possible anyway. When heart takes the blood to the body parts, it maintains a pressure. What builds up the pressure? There are so many factors. If you have lung problem, if you have any problem in your lungs, the pulmonary pressure may increase or decrease. Decreased pressure is a harm to you. Increased pressure is not that much harmful to you. Okay. When there is a kidney problem, when there is the pressure of the blood is used by the kidney, if there is a problem, there will be blood pressure. If you have any problem in your legs, vascular problem in your legs, then you may get pressure problem. Pressure problem, either increased pressure or decreased pressure. If you eat something unnecessary and your blood vessels have become very bigger, then you may develop low pressure. When they are shrunk, you will get high pressure. One more factor: if you have too many unwanted salts in your bloodstream, that may affect the viscosity of the blood and cause blood pressure. The movement will be hampered. Same way, when there is diabetes, your glucose mixed with protein plasma increases the thickness of the blood. So the co-brother, the twin brother with the diabetes is always blood pressure. You always keep it in mind. So once you know that you are diabetic, once in every 3 months you check your blood pressure levels. The third one, when these unwanted materials, when they are collected in your blood vessels and become a plague, not only outside plagues, this is a plague. When there is a plague in your blood vessels, mostly in your arteries, there won't be any plague in the veins because they are very soft and they are rubbery and there are many valves. Sometimes unnecessary salt and unnecessary medications may affect the valves in the veins. That is another study. Okay, so all these factors increases your blood pressure. So when there is a pressure exerted in your heart, heart is suffering. heart muscle is suffering. So your lifespan will come down. There won't be death immediately, but gradually it pushes you towards the death. People who are taking liquor and people who are smoking and people those who are using narcotics will definitely have some problem with their blood pressure. Keep it in mind. Make yourself a new person hereafter. Now all these factors contribute to blood pressure. So first, any allopathy medicine will suggest you is blood thinning agents or blood flow correcting agents or heart muscle stimulants. So medically they approach it. When the happening goes beyond all these things, then you need medical attention under the able supervision of medical professionals. Okay, nobody will take money from you unnecessarily. That I am speaking from my own experience. Please understand that. Don't put the blame squarely on doctors and don't think that you can go scot-free in this world. The present situation is not that. We get all unwanted chemicals in our food. We get all unwanted happenings around the environment. So inadvertently, without knowing, you are inviting or you become a cause for the disease. Now there is one more factor to this. See, whenever you go for a heart disease, one of the medicines will be to pacify your adrenaline. As I told in another video, adrenaline plays a very important role in maintaining your stress factor. Now, the present condition of living, the present condition of working nature, it is very stressful. Teachers, they have stress. Students do not listen. Yet they have to give result. Doctors, their profession is very stressful. I am telling you, very stressful. I personally know a cardiologist who attended on my health. One day, I had an appointment to meet him at 9:30. He was so kind enough to call me at 9:30. Though he was working in a very big hospital, he wanted me to be there at 9:30. Not anything else, just for a very personal review. I went there. Actually, what he told me, he will be available from 8 o'clock and I should go at 9:30. But actually, I was waiting for him from 9:15. He was just entering into his place at 9:30. Already 3 other patients were waiting. So what he was telling me in a very friendly tone, now I have to rush back to the hospital again because the night duty doctor who has to come at 10 o'clock, suddenly he developed a fever and vomiting so that he cannot come for night duty. Please note that this person is working in ICU. Immediately he attended on me and other patients, and even without eating his dinner, he rushed back to the hospital. Now, please understand his stress level. This may not be one incident. Many days, doctors have to undergo, physicians and all medical professionals, many of them have to undergo severe stress. People who are practicing other type of medicines must realize that. Never blame any system of medicine. They are all there in different ways, under different necessities. They have to help people. Now, that stress, people working in offices, they have to complete their task. People in sales department, they have to reach the targets. People who are in IT sector, they have to attend many different kinds of different people with different temperaments every day, whether it is a BPO or any customer service department, they have stress. What happens? These people, those who are working under stress, they do not give importance to the food they take. Whatever their hands can lay upon, they simply take it. Mostly these people go for snacks. Snacks are mostly oil fried. Immediately, to get that energy back, they prefer for a beverage. Beverage, we know, are all soft drinks which have more than 50% useless sugar and some essence, some concentrates which does not give any benefit to your body. Okay, so what happens naturally? Adrenaline stress is remaining there. To get away from stress, you need to calm down your body and mind at least for 10 minutes in a day. Many people, even while they sleep with stress. They take bath with stress, they eat with stress, whatever they do, anything, they do it with a stress. So in certain areas they miserably fail. That becomes a stress in the family life, step by step stress level. They all accumulate inside. So when during stress time you opt for unnecessary food and opt for unnecessary drink. Another thing, to get away from this stress, people start to liquor, intoxicating, chewable things, and go out for partying. Some people go out as outing with their family. When they go there, they want to eat all types of food and they invite problem to their health. So this has become a chain of action, especially during this time. Even an unnecessary non-vegetarian food or a vegetarian food may be problematic. When you have a problem, inherent problem already inside you, these add fuel to the fire. So what happens? Your ingredients, your intakes, your nutrients are harmfully disturbed. Thereby, your inner chemicals are harmfully disturbed and they accumulate physical, solid or liquid particles inside your body, and psychologically and mentally you are stressed. So it all has the toll on the heart. There is already impaired blood flow problem and there is already an impaired thought flow problem. So your heart is taxed. So you invite your own problem. So what happens? These are all gradual heart failing points. So anyone hereafter, please go to some your known physicians or hospitals or master checkup. That is why master checkup is prescribed to many of the professionals. It is not a fashion, but it is necessity. Every 3 months you go and check what your body contains and what your blood contains and what is happening inside your body, so you can escape from heart attack, from heart failure. The major immediate cause for the failure is impaired blood flow in all the four arteries which supplies blood to the heart muscles. Usually doctors address to that. They they try to find out with echo or some other imaging, even heart MRI, they try to estimate what is the percentage of block inside. If it is less than 60%, there are good medicines to dissolve the block. The block only can be dissolved, they cannot be removed. Okay, otherwise they use the stents to pave way. They widen the closed artery by using a stent. That improves the blood flow. Thereafter you should be very careful because you have a stent inside, you cannot eat whatever you want. The other one is they bypass. They take a blood vessel from some other part of your body which is good and useful and they replace here. Then also you should be very careful. These are the three things. If you neglect it, when the block is more than 90%, mostly it will end in fatality. There is no escape route. The other thing you must know, because if you take liquor too much, if you are a drunkard, your liver will be affected, and when liver affected, the next problem will be in your kidney. When these are affected, your heart will naturally be affected. When an advanced stage, physicians call it multiple organ failure. Liver, kidney, lungs, finally heart. When heart stops, brain loses the blood flow and there is death. Keep it in your mind. Just I have accumulated all my understanding on this and I have shared with you. So as usual, no, not as usual. Now I have one more thing, cancer. Cancer, you don't have to talk much because it is completely a dreaded disease. What happens when you eat unnecessary food, when you take unnecessary chemicals in your food, when unnecessary chemicals are added to your food, whether to preserve it or whether to increase the shelf life, or whether even herbal preparations are now coming with toxic additions to extend the shelf life. Many of the additives in your food are carcinogenic. Those chemicals, there are researches and there are warnings, and go in the internet to find everything for yourself. Many medicines, if you unnecessarily take medicines and if you have to continue medicines for a very longer time, when you don't cooperate to the physicians and get yourself corrected at an early date, they have no other goal than to prescribe you that medicine continuously. Keep it in mind. Medicines can extend your life. If you are careless and if you are negligent, that is going to play a havoc in your life. Keep it in mind. So all these unwanted chemicals, medicines too are chemicals, but they are necessary only for a diseased body. See, if you go to any doctor, if they cannot find any disease in your body, they are not going to prescribe you any medicine. Keep it in mind. So any chemicals, when it is rubbing your body, see, you don't go and rub your enemy always, but there will be rubbing inside. When there is a rubbing inside, I am telling you, when body cleansing organs like liver, kidney and skin and lungs cannot act with them and remove them quickly, it is going to remain in your body as a free radical, which cannot be hydrolyzed, which cannot be oxidized. In both way, only with those two ways, body expels the waste materials. When it cannot be done, it will be in your blood circulation. One fine day, they will be detained or retained in any one of your organs. We do not know where it will happen. It may happen when you take too much of salt, this may go to your brain. When you take too much of oil, it may happen in your liver. When you take too much of protein food and you do not get the proper detoxing or eliminating practices, it may harm your kidney. Mostly people who are taking liquor, long time medicines, smokers always be careful, you are spoiling your lungs. Unnecessary food eaters and too many unwanted mixing prawn with mutton, cooking prawn in chicken stock and cooking pig in mutton stock, unnecessary cooking practices. These people should be very careful about their colon, intestine and large intestine. Definitely there will be cancer. I have no fear and or I don't hesitate to say this to you. You can verify it with any of your close physicians. Okay, so cancer is not happening on its own, but you allow it to grow inside your body. What is a cancer? So when these chemicals, when they are residing in your body for a longer time, they may be there for 10-15 years. No one knows that because they do not allow that particular cell to go for apoptosis. Apoptosis is regular cell death happening inside our body. what they do, they spoil that cell not to listen to the DNA and RNA coding inside them. They alter the DNA and RNA so the cell loses its regular practice. So it grows on its own instead of meeting a cell death within a month. And here I have to tell you, there are always many type of cancers are killed by our body protection system, B cells, maybe many times also inside our body. This is how the Creator protects you. Okay? When you are really sincere to your Creator, He knows the methods and means to protect you from all these happenings. So that being the case, now let us see these rogue cells, usual pious obedient cells are there already, but these rogue cells, they rebel against the good cells and they create their own world inside your own body. So they, instead of growth, they begin to bulge. They take more protein, more glucose from your body, and they are growing. Even a small cancer makes a person to become very thin and lean within a very short period. It depends upon the rate of growth, the size it grows. Inside lungs, there may be many cancer particles. Immediately they put the pressure on the lymph nodes. It is beyond their limit. Body cannot produce so many B cells to fight these rogue enemies inside our body. So cancer, it grows that way. And it does another mischievous thing which is called angiosis. They create their own blood cells. So when the tumor is malignant, there may be many new blood cells inside it. That is how they segregate what is benign and what is malignant. Malignant, if it happens near any of your life-saving organs or inside the life-saving organs, or any major arteries or veins are involved or they are caught in between the growth of the cancer, mostly it ends in death. Okay, now a cancer is a cancer. It is a rogue cell grown inside your body which takes all your body nutrients and all your body energy. Now what is the medical provision for this? Many people are claiming, and in all systems there is some result, but all cancers are not cured. In allopathy system, they have three types of attack, three types of treatment for this malady. One is complete chemical treatment. I do not want to go in detail to that treatment. There are many type of medicines. Physicians know which medicines have to be given to particular cancer in particular organ. So do not get confused about it. When there is a chemical medicine going inside, it is called chemotherapy. Always believe that chemotherapy is not only confined to cancer. Whenever you take a chemical, a tablet or a capsule or an injection, it is called chemotherapy for any disease. Because cancer has three type of approaches. For a fever, you are not going to be attempted on other two treatment plans which is exclusively for cancer. For any other disease, they do not do that. Only for cancer, there are three types of approaches. One is chemotherapy, chemically trying to bring apoptosis on the cells. Okay. When they touches the lymph nodes, when they leak into the lymph flow, they escape to other organs. It is known as metastasis. When a cancer in a particular part escapes and reaches another organ, then it is very dangerous. Okay, that is metastasis. Then what are the other two operations? Surgery, but very costly nowadays. They have even proton treatment. They call it proton treatment. The imaging system precisely spot what are, don't think cancer cell will be this big. No, 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 no. They will be larger than the usual cell. With physical eyes, you cannot differentiate an ordinary cell or a human, cancerous cell. So they have very special. Every day medical field is improving it. Do not put the blame on that. For such equipment, for such investment, you have to pay back. So proton treatment, it is going to be order of the day, but gradually the cost will come down. Okay, for that I don't say that there should be more cancer patients and they all should bring the rate down. But once they take the investment money back, they will reduce. That medical organizations will reduce the cost. Proton treatment is pinpointing the cancer cells, every cancer cell. They can identify each and every cancer cell and killing it using these type of medicines or laser type of surgery, invasive treatment. So surgery is the next option, removing the cancer from that spot. After that, you need to heal yourself, so there will be secondary treatment with, suppose they think that it may have escaped to another part of the body, so they give, also they opt for chemotherapy. In certain cases, they go for the third option, which is radiation. They use a special kind of X-ray like rays to pinpoint the cancer cells and completely deactivating the cancer cells. Apoptosis, removing, deactivating. These are the three types of treatment plan which is available now in the society. So, before becoming fearful or before becoming getting a dreaded feeling inside you, you protect yourself from cancer. I have given you a very neat and clear explanation. You can, if you have doubt, you can always get clarification from your physicians. They cannot prove that I have told you something very wrong. So whenever you go or whenever you opt for some other alternative treatment, please be very careful and please understand whether that person knows what is cancer. Does he have really a medicine to kill the cancer cells? Because what happens, many people think that it is a tumor. Tumor is a bile. Bile, tumor and cancerous growth are all very different. So these people, those who are giving alternate medicines for a cancer, they might have known only about a bile or a tumor or a carbuncle. Those days they had carbuncle. It was a disease which happened around the spine. It was an incurable boil which caused great infection and killed a person. So please, I request to all the all the alternative medicine doctors, buy some good books and understand what is cancer and what it does into your body. Then you understand what medicines you have and you analyze them chemically and analyze them in their ingredient wise. Then you begin to treat cancer. This should be a research. I know there are definitely some herbs in this world to kill a cancer cell, to stop the apoptosis, to postpone deaths. So that is my humble request in this video. So as usual friends, when I finish my talk, I say, be good. Whatever is around you are all good. So, good, 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 good.